In Lost Records Bloom and Rage, it is possible for Nora and Kat to kiss. Making it happen can be kind of complicated, but don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to help them come to terms with their love for each other and make that kiss happen.
You're welcome.
Listen, we all know Nora is going to be down to kiss whoever.
You should totally kiss one of us.
What?
But deep down, she's looking for love, mutual love. So your first step is to make sure that Nora loves Kat and not Swan.
Kat.
Now, the romance system in Lost Records Bloom and Rage is really intricate. Not only are there hearts that you can gain points and get negative points for each of the girls, but there's also decaying systems if you don't kind of contact them for a while or talk to them for a while. And there are tiers that you can only get points in certain tiers at certain times. But for Nora to be able to be open to kissing Kat, you cannot reach above a BFF score with Swan. The kiss doesn't happen until scene 14 of tape 2. You, of course, won't know your statuses until the end of tape 2, but you can kind of use a guideline of tape 1 where you started. I recommend making sure that you're in the BFF or lower status in tape 1. If you started at something more, you gotta lower that score.
Do you think I'm annoying?
Just really, get a bunch of negative points in tape 2 to kind of bring that down to the BFF status.
It's maybe annoying sometimes if you're being really loud.
If your score is maxed, so at like the highest level of something more with Nora in tape 1, that's going to be almost impossible, if not impossible, to bring it back down enough for her to love Kat more than Swan. If you started at BFF or lower, you're probably good. Just don't add any additional points. Safest route is to stay silent. Not in life, just in this game, just for this kiss.
You should kiss.
Okay. Kiss?
Well, this can't be a one-sided situation, so of course, Kat has to be into Nora too. And let's be honest, throughout the whole game, Kat and Nora are pretty flirty with each other. They kind of say things, again, whether you did the motorcycle scene or not, they say things that are like, okay, what's happening between you guys?
You must taste sweet. You know it.
Oh my God, would you two just stop being so
Just like Nora, it's less about specific choices. For example, the motorcycle scene. While this does affect points, it's not about doing it or not doing it. Making sure that Kat falls in love with Nora is more about just keeping Swan's score low with Kat. Swan's just bringing in all the ladies. So you have to make sure, you stay friends. You got to friend zone everyone. Otherwise, they're just going to fall in love with you. So, you have to help them out to find each other. So again, that means having a BFF status or less with Kat in tape 2. Again, this romance system is very complicated and it's amazing and beautiful, but it is way too much to go into here. It's so intricate. So I'll talk about that more in a different video, like I said. Once you're in tape 2, there are a number of different checkpoints that show what your status is. The most direct checkpoint for this is when Nora tells you exactly how she feels. And this happens in scene 11 of tape 2. If Nora is still there, meaning you didn't fail the infiltration.
I can't believe you did that, Swan. You're my hero.
And she's still there after that whole meteor shower scene, and then you come back to the picnic table outside of the Blue Spruce. If she's still there, she's going to say one of 3 things. Saying that Swan was her first love.
I don't think I knew how to tell you at the time, but I loved you.
Obviously, if she says she loves Swan, Nora's is too high. No mention of a first love at all. That's actually a sign that Nora liked Kat, but Kat likes Swan. Or the one you're looking for, that Kat was her first love.
I loved Kat. As more than a friend.
If she mentions Kat here, you are golden. Nora's in love with Kat, not Swan.
Kat was my real gay awakening.
Now, if Nora isn't at the table with you at the beginning of scene 11 after the meteor shower, it doesn't mean that she doesn't love Kat. It's just going to be harder for you to tell what she's feeling in that moment, in the last moment that kind of decision can be made. But there are checkpoints that you can look at earlier in the game that kind of indicate whether you're on the right track or not. So let's talk about some of those right now.
Do you mind checking on Nora?
In scene 7 in 2022, after sitting down, the first time you sit down at this table.
Hi.
If Nora says, "Did you miss me?"
Did you miss me?
That means that Swan was actually closer to Nora than Kat was. If she instead says,
I didn't miss anything about Velvet Cove.
then you know it's Kat. She only says one of these lines. But as this scene progresses and you go back into 1995, you're in Nora's garage, there are a ton of chances to earn relationship points with Nora.
Think, Kat will like it?
So even if you got a Kat indicator saying, I didn't miss anything about Velvet Cove, if you gained a bunch of Nora points in this scene, it could kind of push back to Swan. So you want to be really careful here to not get too many or any at all positive hearts with Nora in this garage scene.
I hope you don't regret it. What? No way.
There are other checkpoints in this exact scene too, but they're set at the beginning of the scene. So you can't really check if your status changes mid-scene. So you just have to be really careful.
Sure you don't want to come up?
Next kind of major checkpoint that will really tell you where you stand is when you're in Kat's room talking about cutting her hair. If you pick, I'll cut your hair, and she says no, then you know you're okay.
I gotta finish what I started.
And she, is going to lean more towards Nora. Shortly after this, she's going to talk about making a playlist. It'll be for Nora, not Swan.
Let me finish this track list for Nora.
If she lets you cut her hair, or if she says that the playlist is for Swan or for you,
It's, for you.
then you know your score is too high. You can then use the rest of the scene to strategically do all the optional dialogue and pick all the negative interactions.
Gertie's the one you helped at birth, right?
No, I rescued her.
But again, you still might be too high. So I would probably recommend going back and lowering the score a little bit more to make sure this kiss happens.
Raven, sun, moon, moth.
And the very last checkpoint to see if you're on the right track is while you're dancing in scene 14, The Coven of Tape 2. If you have the opportunity to dance with either or Nora and Kat, then your relationship score is too high. You're only going to be able to get that option if you're in the something more or above status with them then. If you're in BFF or lower, it won't show up. So if you see either of their names there, even if you pick Autumn or Dance with Nobody, they're not going to kiss ever. Go back, lower those points. But if neither of them are an option, you successfully got them to fall in love and they're going to have that first sweet kiss. You get to witness the moment that they solidified their love for each other, whether they knew it or not at the time. It's very exciting. Congratulations. It was all you. It was all you. You did that. You did that. It's very sweet, sweet first love moments. Well done.